If body count doesn't make a hoo-ha more loose, why does it matter? Wouldn't you rather be with someone that knows what they're doing versus a virgin acting like they're getting stabbed when you F them? I hate going slow during sex.
This is a guy who never has sex, first of all.
So he's kind of challenging like why men care about body count.
I mean, it's kind of respectable because goes both ways, I guess. But
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, it is a myth.
seems like it's mostly concerned about like if women have a higher body count than like if guys.
It sounds like he's just got a
the double
preference
standard
for girls who have a high body count, and if that's how
he
I
wants
wouldn't
a girl with
say
experience, yeah.
I wouldn't say experience. He sounds like he wants to just go hard at the paint. That's what we say in Australia. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's like maybe he's been with a virgin, and
Yeah.
maybe
I think, but like if you
gotta
think
be
about it,
more-
it sounds like he's talking about a one night stand though. He wants to like have a girl who can fuck. But like, it's a bit different if you're looking at a long-term partner, because you can.
Go ahead.
I was with a long-term partner, you can sort of, she
Figure
becomes
it out.
more experienced sexually, but only with you.
Rattlesnake TV, Jake.
Yes, sir.
Even for a one night stand, would you rather get with a girl who's a virgin or a girl who's slept with 50 guys? Even if it's just a one night stand.
Virgin.
Virgin.
100%.
Why? Would you
I
not feel
concur.
bad taking her virginity for just a one night stand?
No, because if it was consensual, then
If-
they get to choose. But the thing is,
Better me than somebody else.
like,
But who's gonna be?
the thing is, like, it's going to sound harsh, but a lot of the time, guys are actually quite repulsed by girls who have like a high body count. It's something that's like we're internally, inherently very repulsed by.
I mean,
So-
it's just kind of could go the same
Youth,
way
beauty, and
as-
fertility.
I
It
think-
could.
I
but
think
it
with
not-
women,
not-
it kind of comes down to, I mean, obviously, like guys, like when it comes to men courting women, like the woman that like only a certain amount of men can get, like it kind of shows the value of how many men she's allowed in her physical
Exactly. It's a
space in
very
that way.
attractive thing. If you meet a girl who's got a lot of self-control like that, it makes you feel like, that you've earned something, And if you don't feel like you've earned it, then it's not really that special. So
But
scarcity is important.
Are you
Supply
saying
and
that
demand.
like being on the other end of like you also have that same discipline, or like you just expect that, but you that's not what
Me
you're bringing
personally,
to
or are you
bed?
talking guys in general?
I mean, you at the moment, since
Yeah? Well,
you were asking the question.
I probably was a little bit crazier back in the day. These days, I'm a little bit more sort of reserved about it. But I don't think it is as big a problem for guys as it is for girls.
So if it was reversed and the girl that you were dating used to be a little crazier, body count's still there.
It depends how crazy, really. It depends how crazy.
So
If we're
it's
talking,
same
if we're
crazy
talking
as your
three,
level
if we're
crazy.
no,
You
no,
wouldn't
hell no,
care.
I wouldn't look at that. No,
That's kind of crazy.
no. It's
To
well,
me.
the thing is though, men and women are different. It's different standards. That we're
Yeah.
not the same.
I
We have
think-
different things. Like for example, I don't care how much money you guys make, but women care how much money we make. I care about your past. You care about my future. It's very different.
Do you make a lot of money?
Well, it depends what you consider a lot of money.
Do you like to spoil your girl?
I don't have a girl, but if I did have a girl, yes, I'd spoil her.
Okay, well then I feel like that's why you don't care, because that's your love language.
What do you mean why I don't care?
Like that's why you don't care if they don't make enough money.
But I think
Oh, no,
most,
no, no.
most men in
that's
general
different.
are not really particularly preoccupied with the income that their partner
right,
makes.
because
I-
they like to be in charge.
Well, I think it just comes
Not
down
necessarily, but
I think it just comes down to like kind of the different roles. I mean, it depends on like people, I guess how you feel about like more traditional gender roles, but even like from a biological standpoint, like men are more of like the protector and the caretaker and like
provider.
have
yeah.
been the provider have been built to like take lead in that situation, which I think plays into like the whole Jonah Hill thing with like, having like the woman more so stepping into the man's frame so that the man can take lead in the relationship in that sense, so that the woman like doesn't have to.
It sounded to me like Jonah Hill was very much in a very feminine frame in
Right.
that relationship. And he was saying, I've been so vulnerable, I've been the best boyfriend ever, because society has tricked him into thinking that being very vulnerable is the way to be the best boyfriend ever. And then he goes and identifies as a male feminist, and he does an article with Vice saying how he wants to fight toxic masculinity. And it sounds to me like he was just in a very feminine frame. So
Brittany, you had something?
Are you okay with a woman making more money than you? Because I've gone on dates with guys that I made more money than, and I feel like it demasculates them.
They can't handle it.
They can't handle it.
And it's hard because
I-
usually we don't care.
You go ahead and then I'll answer.
To be honest, it really depends. It's more of an attitude thing for me. Like if she makes more money than me, but like the dynamics in the relationship are right, then it doesn't really matter.
It's just
That's
like
to be
throw
honest.
it in your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if she makes something, like if I have a girl who makes a lot of money doing something that she's very good at, I find that very attractive. So I'm not going to be like, oh, she makes all this money, like if she's like an artist or something like that, and she sells her art for big money, I find that very attractive. I find creativity and intelligence very attractive.
I definitely understand that.
Yeah. It doesn't intimidate me if a girl makes more money than me, although at this point in my life, that's a very small proportion that make more than I do. But in the past, I've dated women who make more money than me. It doesn't bother me, but there can be some corresponding personality traits that can come with hyper successful women. For example, I mean, to be successful in business, you need to there's a certain degree of cutthroatness. Like, for example, someone who's a lawyer temperamentally, whether you're a man or a woman, is going to probably lean towards being more disagreeable than like the average population. In order to be a lawyer, you have to be skilled in argumentation.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lawyer is going to fucking
Kinda comes
run
with the
circles
territory.
around you when it comes to like, if you ever get into a fucking argument with your boyfriend or girlfriend, they're a lawyer, like watch out. Not necessarily, but they're going to fucking like lay out, okay, here's the rules, here's the laws and shit. But that's not always the case. There are some women who are hyper successful that are still feminine. I think the thing with women who make a lot of money, I think it more so falls on women who do make a lot of money not finding men who are not on their level attractive.
Yes.
Because, like, for example, take a woman who's a lawyer or take a woman who's like a successful businesswoman. She's probably not going to look at a guy who, as we said earlier, works at like a fast food restaurant and view him as a suitable mate. Whereas like a guy who's an attorney will gladly date like a hot barista or like attractive, she could be a college student or whatever. So, Andy, thank you, man.
donated $100. Burke and Mandy, you guys said you drove together. Any of collabs in the works? Also, the girl with flowers on her shirt looks like Sloane from Ferris Bueller.
Who's
I've never seen that.
Sloane? Wait, who's the flower? Is it you?
I think it's me.
Or is it? She's got flowers on her shirt. No, it's definitely you.
Oh yeah. Your
Wait.
Ferris Bueller's girlfriend.
Yeah. Can we actually pull that up, Nick? Can you pull up another tab? Just whichever
That's
one
actually
is
a good call. You do. Yeah.
whichever one is we're on with the Jonah Hill. You can just replace the tab. Sloane Ferris Bueller. Yeah, you kind of look like her, I reckon.
I can see that.
Ish. Kinda.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
I love it's gone backwards now.
F11.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Click,
She's got dark brown eyes, but it's a little bit different.
X out. Just X out of that. Hit the X.